Greetings and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. I'm led and guided by Spirit. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. Disclaimer: all cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. Now, unfortunately, we had this incident in Thailand. Quite a severe bus fire, unfortunately. And by all accounts, by the sounds of things, this is quite a regular occurrence in Thailand, according to third-party reports. However, I've been starting an October calendar just to keep an eye on things, and we can plot out for October any major events, incidents we may deem inappropriate. Now, we'll see here Tuesday, October 1 is the Thailand bus incident, and it happened to be the same day when, of course, Iran sent over a barrage of ballistic missiles. So building this calendar, I've gone a bit deeper into the Thailand bus situation. So let's just look. I've got the regular 369 on top and the day when the event took place. And then I also included the energy flow from September underneath what would be corresponding days. I want to just point out something before we go there. Now, because we have these larger groupings of numbers, and then all of a sudden, of course, there's a shift and a change. But if you see here, for example, there's a 12-3, then there would, on the energy flow sequence, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I've just made a mental note here that there is a hidden 16-7. And then when I drew out the energy flows, of course, we will see it here. But it also speaks to what perhaps is going on in this bus situation, because there's too many anomalies here for an accident, right? And prayers and thoughts to all those kids and families involved with this horror situation. So the event takes place on the Tuesday. We can see just on face value, it's very ones and zeros, transactional, deals are being made, 11-2 transactional in the day. The event would have taken place in this zone here. Now this would have fallen actually, I believe, in the US side in this zone here. Okay, but we'll take it as real time in Thailand, just so we can pick up what is happening in that region. And obviously it did have a global impact. I mean, that didn't look like a normal fire to me. If you consider buses are more metal, then I suppose there's cushioning, but that didn't look right. So in the +3 we see a 4, which I must say just does bother me a little bit, because it brings around things like, if this was some kind of untoward act, in particular an occult act, or where there's higher ups involved, a 4 can mean instruction. There's an instruction. Look at this horrible number here, 14-5, foul play. There's a plan, 22-4, and children, 13-4. And when we get into the +6 zone here, now we see issues. So there's several here. 1, the 7, innocence. death of innocence. We got a conflict here, 8 plus 8, conflict. So why are there conflicts when there's an accident? So on one hand, the 8s can speak about mechanics, engineering, and there's a lot of 8s around. So one can say that there was an electrical or mechanical type fire that may have started. Then we go into the plus 9 and we see another conflict. 10 verse 10. Now 10 on one hand speaks about money. So the operators, were they up to date with their maintenance plans, etc. By looking at the numbers, not necessarily. Or alternatively, are there two organizations in conflict with one another? I don't know if this is the case in Thailand, but securing bus routes or routes, is it an issue? Which company does what route, or is it the same company? But very alarming that there's a 10 verse 10 situation here. So on one hand we can say, due to money issues, brings around mechanical issues, which results in what we know the story to be today, the death of innocent school children. So that's on the one hand. Now when I draw out the energy flow underneath, just to get a comparative to see if we see anything which is untoward, we have a hidden 44. Now on one hand it could speak to an explosion, but if it was a 40 with an outcome 4 explosion, I think the bus would have been gone. So this 44 speaks about them big daddies, the godfathers, the ones in charge. On the plus 3, very disturbing number 16-7, on one hand speaks about the fire, 6, resulting in deaths. But I start getting a bit concerned. We see a 37-10-1. So what decision was made that morning to go ahead with a hidden human sacrifice, 46-10-1, in my opinion? Can allude to that. And again, why is it transactional? What does anyone got to gain from the murder or deaths of young children? So we see now all revealed in the plus 9. There's 40 pops up the head. 40 outcome 4. Now remember this terrible number, 49-13-4 is a number we don't want anywhere near children. Because in my opinion, this speaks about premeditation. And this is even more alarming. 57-12-3 speaks about military as well as, and predominantly, well, military 40 as well, but this speaks about officials in government positions. This is a government number. So what is going on here? I'll keep building the calendar. Probably by the end of October, depending on what happens we'll do a review, but I'm going to keep an eye on things. But certainly, yeah, the 1788, there's huge conflict issues here. More conflict. So why would all of this be happening around kids going to school? That it must involve higher-ups, government, probably one of the top 2 worst numbers to have near children. Trapped. 21.3, trapped. And if we look on the top, it's all transactional. Foul play. And 14.5 as well is also a government number, by the way. Now, I would say, here is what caused the fire. This number here, in my opinion. A small device, enough to get things going, in my opinion, allegedly. And possibly, in my opinion, military grade. Because transactions are made with a hidden 46.10.1. We've seen this number at the banquets of, what's her name? Mariah Carey. We've seen this at quite a few banquets. Now we must appreciate, of course, every center around the world has its own metropoles, rules, regulations. But 11.2 contracts, deals must be transacted. And these are ghastly numbers in the energy flow for a random bus taking kids to school. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be keeping an eye, as I say, on October. There is a different energy around, but I must say I'm glad we're out of the 8 and 9 months. So let's keep an eye on October and see what transpires. All right, leave your comments and thoughts, please. I do love engage with them. Stay safe, stay alert. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.